Hello guys. So in this session we are going to learn how to hosting Jenkins on Kubernetes Cluster. Right? So as you can see, this is my article. So we are going to follow this. So first of all, here let's see the prerequisites. So first of all, we need a EKS cluster, right? Then we need an open port 32000 on your node port. Okay, that means when we create our EKS cluster, then we will create two nodes, right? Two nodes or maybe four, whatever you can. Then we need to open this 32000 port number on our node port. Okay. Then third one is good internet connectivity. Okay. So that's it. So we need a three prerequisites here, right? Okay. So as you can see here, I have already created my EKS cluster. Okay. So here you can see my EKS cluster and the node is my, you can see my nodes, right? First of all, sample Linux node, then second one also sample Linux node. Okay. Now let's start. So if you don't know how to create EKS cluster, then you can go to my article. So this is my article, how to create Amazon EKS cluster using EKS CTA. So you can follow this article, then you will create EKS cluster successfully. Okay. So as you can see, this is my article. Okay. Now let's start. So the first step is clone this repository. So you can see, clone this repository if you have trouble copying the manifest from the blog using this below command, right? So let's clone this repository. So I'm going to clone this repository. So let's copy and clone here. Okay, it's done. I'm going to clear my screen first and let's ls command. So as you can see, my repository name is Kubernetes Jenkins, right? So I'm going to insert my Kubernetes Jenkins. Okay. Now if I run the ls command, so as you can see the file. So first of all, deployment.yaml file, then namespace.yaml, then service.yaml, and then service account.yaml and volume.yaml. Okay. Now the next step is create a namespace for Jenkins. So here let's create namespace for Jenkins using below command. So which command? So the command is look like, you can see kubectl create namespace, and this is my namespace. Which namespace? DevOps tools. If you want, then you can change it. So I'm going to use it DevOps tools. So let's copy this command to create namespace and paste it. So as you can see, namespace DevOps tools created. Okay, it's done. Now the next step is create a service account YAML file. Right. So you can see create a service account YAML file and copy the following admin service account manifest. Right. So here as you can see, I have already created here. You can see service account.yaml file. Right. So I'm going to open my service account.yaml file using sudo nano command. So you can see this is my service account.yaml file. In this, first of all, kind, cluster role, then metadata name, Jenkins admin and rules, then API version kind, right, and then name Jenkins admin. Okay. So this is my service account file. Okay. So let's create this file using below command, right? And after that, here now create the service account file using kubectl. So we need to create this service account file using this kubectl command. So the command is like that, kubectl apply -f and our file name service account.yaml. So let's create our service account.yaml file using this command. So okay, so as you can see, the message cluster role RBSC and authorization care Kubernetes to Jenkins admin created. Then service account Jenkins admin created. Then cluster role binding RBSC authorization Kubernetes IO Jenkins admin created. Okay. Okay. Now the next step is create volume.yaml file. So here we need to create volume.yaml file. So create volume.yaml file using this below command. So as you can see here, I have a volume.yaml file. Okay, so let's open using my favorite editor, Nano. Okay. So here I have successfully opened my volume.yaml file. So first of all, here let's check kind, then API version, metadata, name, provisional, then value bind, and then API version. Okay. In specification, you can see storage class name. Okay. Then capacity, then access mode in local, then node affixity, then required, then node selector terms, okay, then key, operator, and value. So you can see in values there is a worker node name, right? That means here we need to run this command kubectl get nodes. Okay, as you can see in my article, in node replace this worker node with any one of your cluster worker node host name, right? That means you can get the worker node host name using this kubectl get nodes command. Okay, so let's run this command kubectl get nodes. So this is our two workers node, right? This is my two worker node. So I'm going to use this first worker node name. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to open my volume.yaml file and I'm going to replace this worker node with this my node name. Okay. Now let's save the file and exit. Okay. After that, let's create volume.yaml file using this command kubectl create -f volume.yaml. Okay, so as you can see, storage class created, then you can see Jenkins PV volume created. After that, the Jenkins volume claim created. Okay. Now the next step is create a deployment file. So here we need to create deployment file, right? So let's copy this code and paste here. So here as you can see, I have already created my deployment.yaml file. So let's check. So this is my deployment.yaml file. Okay, you can see. Right? Okay. So let's create our deployment.yaml file using this command kubectl apply -f then deployment.yaml file. Right. So let's create. Okay, deployment apps Jenkins created. Okay. Okay, it's done. Now let's check the deployment status. Right. So as of now, we have created service account file, service account.yaml file. After that, we need we have successfully replaced our node name, right? That worker node name, and then we have successfully created our volume.yaml file. After that, we have successfully created our deployment.yaml file. Now let's check our deployment status. So how to check? So here is the command kubectl get deployments -f deployment sorry DevOps tool. That's my namespace, right? So let's copy this and let's check our deployment status. So first of all, let's clear the screen first and let's check. So okay, wait for a few seconds. So let's check pods kubectl pod -n and our namespace DevOps tools. So as you can see, it's running. Okay, now let's check our status. Okay, now you can see there is 0. Now it's available. Okay, you can see here in pods. First of all, our pod name, then ready 1 of 1. Status is running, and the age 78 seconds ago. And after that, in status deployment status, Jenkins ready 1 of 1, up to date 1 of 1, available 1 of 1, and the age is 84 seconds ago, right? Right. So let's clear the screen first and let's check. Okay, you can see. Okay, that means we are successfully created our deployment, right? You can see it's available. Okay, now the next step is here. Here. Now you can get the deployment details using this following command. If you want to check the details of your deployment, then the command is like that: kubectl describe then deployments, and then hyphen namespace equals to your namespace. So my namespace is DevOps tools. So you can see the details of your deployment. Okay, now let's clear the screen first. So if you want, then you can check the details. Okay, it's done. Now the next step is accessing Jenkins using Kubernetes service. So how to access? So here we have created deployment. However, it is not accessible to the outside world. So for accessing the Jenkins deployment from the outside world, we should create a service file. So here is the service file, service.yaml file. So let's create our service.yaml file using this below command. So let's open service.yaml file. Okay. See service.yaml file, first of all check API version, then kind service, then metadata, then name is Jenkins service, and then namespace is DevOps tools, right? My namespace is DevOps tools. Then annotation, then Prometheus, and so on. Okay, after that is specification selector app Jenkins server, and the type is node port. Okay. Then ports, here we need a node port is 32000. So that's why in prerequisite I measure we need a port, open port 32000. Right, you can see node port, we need a new node port 32000. Okay, let's save the file and exit. And now let's create our service.yaml file using kubectl apply -f service.yaml file. So as you can see, this Jenkins server created. Okay, we have successfully created our service.yaml file. Okay. Now the next step and last step is access Jenkins on browser. So how to access? So we need a port number 32000, right? And after that here we need a node IP. So let's copy any one node IP. So I have two nodes here, right? So I'm going to select this first node and copy my public IP and paste here. And the port number is 32000. So wait a second. So here we cannot access our Jenkins server. Why? Because we need to open port on our node, open port 32000. Okay. So as you can see, this site can't be reached. Why? Because we need to open port number 32000 on our node port. Okay. So this is my node, right? This is my node. So let's open 32000 port on node port. So go to the security. Then here go to this security groups. So I'm going to open a new tab. So as you can see, we are in security dashboard. So let's add new port number here. Okay, so this is my security group. So go to the inbound rules and click on edit inbound rules. And that here, as of now, there is two inbound rules. So add three, add third one. So select all traffic here, then select IPv4. Okay, right? Okay. Now click on save rule. Okay, inbound security group rule successfully modify. Okay. Now let's go to this and refresh the page. So now as you can see, signing in Jenkins, you can see we are successfully started our Jenkins, right? So first When we log into our Jenkins for the first time, then it will give the output like that. Right. So first of all, we need to unlock our Jenkins. So how to unlock? So there is a path to getting our password. But when we paste this path in our terminal, so it gives us error. This check sudo nano path. Right. So as you can see here, directory does not exist, right? So there is no any password, right? So how to getting a password? So there is a solution. So as you can see in my article, you can see Jenkins will ask the initial admin password when you access the dashboard for the first time, right? So you can get that from the pods logs, either from the Kubernetes dashboard or CLI. So you can get this pod details using the following command. So first of all, let's run this command kubectl get pods hyphen hyphen namespace equals to DevOps tools. So get this. So let's get our pod name first. So this is our pod name, right? Okay. Now the next step is here, and the pod name you can get the logs as a shown below. So replace this pod name with your pod name. So let's copy this command, and here let's replace our pod name. So this is my pod name, and after that hyphen hyphen namespace and replace your namespace. So my namespace is DevOps tools. So as you can see, our password is here. You can see. So we'll get the password from here, right? So I'm going to copy my password and paste here. And let's click on continue. After that, customize Jenkins to install suggested plugins, right? So it's getting started. So wait for a few seconds, right? So here you can see. After that, once you enter the password, you can proceed to install suggested plugins and create an admin user. So all these steps, right? After that, after when we enter our password, then getting started. After that, we will ask our username, then password, confirm password and name, and then email and so on. Then we are successfully logged into our Jenkins, right? So wait for a few seconds. It's getting started. So as you can see, getting started username. So I'm going to enter my username admin, and then password, then confirm password, then the last name. So I'm going to enter admin, email address. Now click on save and continue. So we'll save and finish. So start using Jenkins. So as you can see, this is our Jenkins dashboard, right? So that's our Jenkins dashboard. Okay. So that's it. Right. So here we have successfully learned hosting Jenkins on Kubernetes cluster. So thank you for watching.